Let me ask you something. Have you ever tried so hard to manifest something, visualized till your head hurt, said the affirmations, wrote the goals, raised your vibe, and still? Nothing. Nada. The universe was on Do Not Disturb. Yeah, been there. But here's the wild part. The problem isn't that you weren't doing it right. The problem is that manifestation, as it's usually taught, is based on a half-truth. It's like trying to open a vault with a paperclip. You need a code, not a pep talk. So today, I want to flip your perspective. No fluff. No recycled Pinterest woo. We're not here to manifest. We're here to select. Because what if, just what if, all possibilities already exist? Every version of you, every outcome, every reality is already sitting on a shelf in the quantum field, waiting for you to check it out like a library book. And the real game, it's not about creating. It's about tuning in. Let's break it down real quick. According to quantum physics, and I mean the real deal, not just the Instagrammable kind, at the most basic level, everything is energy. Particles aren't even particles until you look at them. Until consciousness enters the room, the universe stays in maybe mode. This is called the observer effect. Your attention doesn't just witness reality, it collapses it. Your perception picks the channel. So, every time you're focusing on trying to get something, you're actually reinforcing that you don't have it. You're tuning in to the version of you that lacks. You're anchoring to the wrong timeline. But what if you remember that your mind is a tuner, not a hammer? You don't force it. You find the frequency. Now, let's zoom into your brain. You got this powerful system inside you call the reticular activating system, RAS. It's like your internal algorithm. If you start focusing on red cars, suddenly red cars are everywhere. If you focus on being unworthy, guess what you'll keep getting handed? Yep, more of that. So, this isn't just spiritual talk. It's biological. Your brain literally filters out reality based on your beliefs. And the kicker? Most of those beliefs were never yours to begin with. They were uploaded when you were 7, watching your parents argue about bills, or hearing someone tell you to be realistic. So, while you're out there trying to manifest your dream life, your subconscious is quietly whispering, "You don't deserve it. Stay small. Stay safe." And guess who the quantum field listens to? The whisper. The frequency, not the words. Here's the metaphysical bomb of the day. The world you see isn't happening to you. It's happening through you, projected by the lens of a mind you barely know you're using. Reality isn't out there. It's in here, behind your eyes, between your thoughts. So instead of trying to manifest from the ego, you start selecting from your knowing, from that deep place inside you that already is whole. You start asking, what version of me already has this? And then you start being them. Simple, maybe, easy, not always, powerful, every single time. A question for you. Let me ask you this, and be brutally honest. What are you unconsciously selecting every single day? Drop it in the comments. Not what you wish you were attracting, what your current thoughts, feelings, and habits are actually tuning you into. Because once you see it, you can change it. You're not attracting your reality. Not really. At least, not in the way most people think. Manifestation as pulling things toward you is an old story. A story that's been sold to us like a get-rich-quick scheme. But quantum physics gives us a much wilder, much more powerful story. One that says reality is already there. Every possibility, every outcome, every version of your life, all existing simultaneously. And here's the kicker. Your consciousness is the selector, the chooser, the one who collapses the infinite cloud of probabilities into the solid world you experience. Let's break that down. Think of reality like this. Imagine standing in front of a vast ocean of waves. Each wave is a possibility, each ripple a potential future. None of these futures are fixed or permanent. They're all flowing, shifting, shimmering. Quantum physics calls this the superposition, where particles exist in multiple states at once until measured. What does that mean for you? It means your life, right now, is a collection of endless possibilities, all waiting to be chosen. And how do you choose? By your attention, by your consciousness, by where you collapse the wave function. The observer effect, you are the cosmic photographer. In the famous double-slit experiment, Scientists observe that particles behave like waves until they are observed. The moment observation occurs, the particle behaves like a particle again. Reality is not fixed, it's responsive to observation. That's the observer effect. And it means you aren't just watching your reality happen, you are actively participating in creating it. This blows open the old cause and effect idea. Instead of the universe being a giant machine cranking along without you, the universe needs your consciousness to shape reality. So stop thinking of yourself as a passive receiver. You're the cosmic photographer, snapping pictures, deciding what to focus on, what to bring into sharpness. You collapse what you observe. Here's where it gets juicy. The act of observation isn't passive. It's a choice, a focus, a tuning in. By consciously, or unconsciously, observing certain possibilities, you're collapsing the wave function into a concrete reality. That means if you're constantly thinking about lack, struggle, or fear, guess what? You're selecting versions of reality that reflect that. If your dominant attention is on abundance, love, or growth, then you collapse into those realities. It's not magic, it's the mechanics of quantum consciousness. The mind is a tuner, not a magnet. Let's ditch the old attraction metaphor. Think of your mind as a radio tuner. The song, the reality you want is already being broadcast. Your job isn't to pull it from the air. It's to tune in. This metaphor is more than poetic, it's accurate. Your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs act as the frequency dial, the volume knob, and the equalizer. If you're tuned to fear, you'll hear static and distortion. If you're tuned to confidence, you get clear sound. If you stay stuck on one frequency, one dominant internal story, you keep selecting the same kind of reality on repeat. Neuroscience confirms your brain filters reality. Let's get scientific for a moment. Your brain is wired to filter reality based on what it believes matters. The reticular activating system, RAS, is like your brain's bouncer. It filters out most of the incoming sensory info to focus on what you care about. So if you believe you're unlucky, your RAS will highlight every unlucky moment, every missed opportunity. If you believe in abundance, it highlights potential, opportunity, and connection. Your brain is literally sculpting your experience of reality based on your beliefs. And here's the twist. Many of these beliefs were programmed into you before you even knew what beliefs were. You didn't choose your first beliefs. By age 7, your brain has absorbed your family's, community's, and culture's dominant programming. This subconscious software then runs your perception of the world, often beneath your conscious awareness. Imagine trying to tune a radio, but your preset stations are stuck on old frequencies of fear, scarcity, or limitation. You're trying to select a new reality with an outdated internal map. That's why manifesting from the ego alone doesn't work. It's like driving a Ferrari with a bungee cord attached to the past. Rewiring your frequency, it starts with awareness. Here's the good news. The brain is plastic. It changes. You can reprogram your subconscious, retune your mental radio, and collapse new realities. But it starts with awareness. What beliefs are running your default reality? Which frequencies are you stuck on? Be honest. What stories about yourself and the world have you been repeating like a broken record? Consciousness is the ground of being. Philosophers and mystics have been saying this for millennia. Consciousness isn't a byproduct of matter. It's the ground from which matter arises. What you call reality is a dance between consciousness and potential. Your state of consciousness is the stage on which the universe plays out. You don't just observe reality. You are the reality you observe. The practical shift from manifesting to selecting. Stop thinking of manifestation like pulling things toward you. Start thinking of it as choosing a version of yourself and tuning into the reality where that version lives. This means becoming the person who already has what you desire. Speak their language. Feel their emotions. Make decisions like they do. Live as if you already belong there. That's how you collapse the wave function in your favor. You're not waiting for a universe that's outside you. The universe isn't a vending machine. It's a mirror reflecting your internal selection. Your focus is the switchboard. Your beliefs are the preset channels. Your consciousness is the filter. So start choosing wisely. Tune your frequency. Collapse your realities with intention. Because the field is infinite, but your experience is selective. Now let's talk about entanglement, the threads that tie reality together. There's a mystery woven into the fabric of existence, one that Einstein himself called spooky action at a distance. It bends logic, defies space, ignores time. It hints at something ancient souls have long whispered about, that everything is connected. Not metaphorically, not symbolically, but literally. Welcome to the world of quantum entanglement. This video isn't about academic definitions or dry diagrams. This is about pulling the curtain back on the living, breathing web of reality. This is about why your thoughts echo through the cosmos and come back in disguise. Why two people can think of each other at the same moment. Why manifestation is not magic, but the mechanics of a deep, entangled universe. Quantum entanglement begins with a simple, shocking truth. When two particles interact, they become bonded, entangled, linked beyond logic. You affect one, the other responds instantly, no matter the distance. Read that again. It doesn't matter if they're centimeters apart or galaxies away. The laws of speed and space get thrown out the window. They move as one. Now expand the concept. What if this isn't just a subatomic parlor trick? What if entanglement is how the universe communicates with itself? What if every intense emotion, every loving exchange, every focused intention entangles you with the target of your energy? When you hold someone in your thoughts long enough, deep enough, they often feel it. They call. They appear. Not because you conjure them from nothing, but because you were never truly separate. Your fields merged and stayed connected. This isn't a metaphor. It's a mechanism. You are the signal. You are not a local event. You are a non-local broadcast, a living signal of energy, emotion, thought, and memory. When you desire something, not just wishfully, but with focused emotional intention, you link your vibration to that outcome. You become entangled with its frequency. That outcome then becomes more probable. Why? Because your energy is now tied to it. Your perception starts filtering for it. Your reality begins collapsing into alignment with it. This is the true essence of manifestation. Not demanding the universe to bring you what you want like some spoiled monarch of space-time, but merging with it, creating coherence, linking vibrations. And once that link is strong enough, the universe must respond. It always does, not out of obligation, but resonance. Long before physics had a language for this, sages, shamans, and mystics knew. They spoke of the invisible threads of fate, the red string of destiny, soul bonds, energy cords, prayer, telepathy, prophecy. Every culture had a way to describe entanglement. Every sacred tradition whispered about the silent threads that tug us toward one another, toward truth, toward transformation. Now science is catching up, with quantum computers, entangled photons, and experimental proofs. But all of this only reaffirms what the mystic heart already knew. We are not individuals moving through space. We are intersections of energy inside a shared field. When you dream of someone and they call, that's entanglement. When you write your vision down and keep seeing signs, that's entanglement. When you heal a part of yourself and others feel the ripple, that's entanglement. It's not spooky. It's sacred. Energy is always in relationship. In the quantum world, the idea of isolation is a fantasy. Everything is relational. Everything influences everything else. We are like vibrating strings of a universal instrument, and when one of us shifts frequency, the others must respond. So when it comes to manifestation, stop trying to get what you want. Instead, ask, what energy am I entangled with right now? Who or what am I still linked to that no longer serves me? What frequency am I feeding daily with my attention, emotion, and belief? Because that's what you'll attract. Not what you post on your vision board, but what you resonate with, what you're bonded to. Your mind is the tuner. Think of your mind like a quantum tuner. Every thought is a dial. Every emotion is a code. You don't need to beg the universe. You need to tune your being to the channel of what you desire. Let's say you want abundance. You can't stay entangled with scarcity, fear, and stress while expecting wealth to appear. That's a frequency mismatch. But if you start feeling into generosity, gratitude, possibility, if you begin identifying with expansion, not contraction, you start vibrating on the same frequency as abundance. That's when the field begins responding. Not because you manipulated it, but because you aligned. Entanglement isn't passive, it's participatory. Here's the truth they didn't teach in school. You're not a passive observer of reality. You are its co-author, its echo, its receiver. You entangle with what you invest in. Every moment, every thought, every ritual, every prayer. Manifestation is not about wishing. It's about weaving yourself into the field of what you want to experience. Weaving your energy into outcomes so strongly, so steadily, that the web of the universe shifts to include them. You become one with what you seek, and what you seek becomes you. Tonight, sit in stillness. Think of one outcome you deeply desire, not as something far away, but as something already connected to you. Breathe. Feel its presence. Imagine your energy entangling with it. Silken threads of resonance, linking you to that future. See it, sense it, trust it, and then release it. Like a message in a bottle, cast into the great sea of the field. It will find its way back. It always does. We will now look at the frequency of reality, manifesting through resonance. Imagine this. You're not just a thinker or a doer. You're a radio tower broadcasting waves into the unseen ether. These waves aren't random static. They're finely tuned signals, carrying your unique energetic signature out into the vast cosmic field of potential. And here's the kicker. What you receive back depends entirely on the frequency you emit. The universe doesn't respond to what you want in some abstract sense. It responds to who you are vibrationally. This is the subtle alchemy that turns dreams into reality, thoughts into things, and desire into destiny. In quantum physics, resonance is the phenomenon where a system vibrates in harmony with an external frequency. Think of a tuning fork. When struck, it causes other forks tuned to the same frequency to vibrate, even at a distance. This is not just a quaint physics fact, it's a profound metaphor and mechanism for how reality forms. Everything in existence is energy vibrating at specific frequencies, from the atoms in your body to the stars in the sky. When your inner frequency aligns with an external frequency, you create coherence, a meeting point where manifestation takes root. It's no coincidence that musical harmony feels good. Resonance is pleasurable because it's the natural state of energetic alignment. Quantum experiments with photons and electrons show us that coherent particles act as one, amplifying signals and forming structures. This principle is the backbone of technologies like lasers and MRI machines, clear proof that resonance isn't just theory, it's applied reality. The emotional frequency spectrum. Your emotions are the clearest markers of your frequency. Joy, love, gratitude, and peace vibrate at high frequencies. Fear, anger, jealousy, and despair are low-frequency states. Emotions ripple outward, sending waves of energetic information into the field. Science has shown measurable electromagnetic patterns in heart rhythms and brain waves that correlate with emotional states. The HeartMath Institute, for example, discovered how heart coherence amplifies this energetic broadcast, creating a powerful signal. When you dwell in high-frequency emotions, you tune your internal broadcast to a wavelength that attracts similar energies and realities. When stuck in low-frequency emotions, the universe responds with experiences that mirror that vibration. This is not about moral judgment. It's pure energetic cause and effect. The universe, as an elegant system of resonance, matches the frequency you sustain. Why wanting can block manifestation? Desire itself carries energy, but desire born from lack or desperation often broadcasts a signal of scarcity. This is a critical insight often missed in many teachings. Wanting something with anxiety, frustration, or impatience sends a conflicting message. It's like trying to tune a radio to a station, but your dial keeps slipping. It's the difference between saying, "I want abundance," with a clenched, anxious heart, versus saying, "I am abundant," with open gratitude and certainty. The first is a mismatch in frequency, an invitation to more lack. The second is coherence, an invitation to abundance. Manifestation isn't about wishful thinking. It's about embodiment. The power of embodiment, acting as if. This principle is ancient but newly validated. Acting as if you already are the person you want to become, feeling into the reality you want to live, sends clear, coherent frequencies into the quantum field. The field responds, aligning circumstances and opportunities to the vibrational blueprint you broadcast. If you want love, embody love. If you want confidence, step into confidence. This isn't pretending, it's resonant tuning. Aligning your frequency, practical steps. Awareness, notice your dominant emotional states throughout the day. Where does your frequency naturally settle? How often are you broadcasting anxiety versus peace? Shift. Use breath work, meditation, movement, or even music to raise your vibrational state. Heart coherence techniques are powerful tools here. Embody. Practice acting as if you already are the reality you seek, because in resonance, acting comes first, feeling follows. Observe. Watch how your external reality responds as you sustain a new frequency. Keep a journal of synchronicities and shifts. Release resistance. Recognize when your thoughts or beliefs pull you back into low-frequency patterns and gently shift your focus. The resonance principle isn't just personal. It's universal. Groups, societies, and humanity itself vibrate collectively. Our shared emotions ripple across culture, politics, and the planet's energetic field. When enough people sustain a frequency, hope, peace, courage, it can trigger large-scale shifts. History's revolutions, awakenings, and movements are evidence of this. Your personal frequency ripple is part of the grand cosmic symphony. Recent neuroscience confirms what mystics have said for millennia. The heart and brain communicate through electromagnetic signals. The heart's field is thousands of times stronger than the brain's. When coherent, meaning calm, aligned, and focused, it acts like a beacon sending a stable signal to the body and environment. This is the biological basis for manifestation and resonance. It's where quantum physics meets physiology. Resonance versus resistance. Manifestation also depends on clearing blocks. Resistance, fears, doubts, limiting beliefs, creates frequency interference. Imagine trying to tune a radio with static in the signal. The clearer the channel, the stronger the signal. Practices like journaling, energy healing, hypnotherapy, or coaching help clear resistance and restore resonance. You are the gatekeeper of your energetic frequency. Not every thought, emotion, or belief deserves your attention. Each is a dial setting the broadcast strength and clarity. Choose wisely, because the universe listens, and it answers in kind. Integration whisper. Tonight, check in with your emotional frequency. What energy are you broadcasting right now? What frequency would align you more closely with your highest vision? Imagine tuning your internal dial, becoming a beacon of that reality. We just want to take a minute to tell you about the Quantum Leap Workshop. So, if you're vibing with this, feeling that pull to step up and really align your frequency for lasting transformation, I've got something for you. The Quantum Leap Workshop is a powerful 6-week journey designed to help you cut through the noise, clear energetic blocks, and lock in your highest vibration, so manifestation flows naturally. And if you want ongoing support, exclusive content, Q&As, and deep dives beyond these videos, check out the Level Up Inner Circle membership right here on this channel. Both links are in the channel profile, easy to find and even easier to join. This is your moment. The universe is ready. Are you? Now returning to the video with superposition and the power of possibility. Imagine standing at a crossroads where every possible path exists, not just as a metaphor, but as a real, tangible reality. In quantum physics, this is known as superposition, particles existing in multiple states at once, holding infinite possibilities until observed. This principle isn't just scientific jargon, it's a profound key to understanding how your reality forms. Superposition tells us that before your consciousness steps in, reality isn't fixed. It's a vast landscape of potentials, each possibility coexisting in a quantum dance, waiting for the moment you collapse the wave function and select one to become your experience. This means your future isn't set in stone, nor is it a random lottery. It's a fluid field of options, each waiting for your focused energy to crystallize it into being. Think of it like a cosmic DJ spinning multiple tracks simultaneously. Only when you tune into one frequency does that track become the soundtrack of your life. Your beliefs, emotions, and attention act as the selector dial, guiding which potential becomes your reality. But here's the kicker. Superposition isn't just about choosing passively from what's already there. It's about actively creating the outcome by the intensity and clarity of your focus. The quantum world teaches us that observation isn't a passive act. It's a powerful intervention, shaping the fabric of existence itself. Ancient wisdom speaks of similar truths. The idea that all outcomes exist until choice is made, the eternal, now, where all time converges, and the power of intention to shape experience. In Taoism, the concept of a Tao is the flow of all things, an ever-present current of potential. To flow with the Tao is to recognize that all possibilities coexist until we engage with one path. Similarly, the Hermetic principle of mentalism reminds us that the all is mind, and reality is shaped by consciousness. The infinite potentials exist as mental forms, waiting to be focused into physical manifestation. Mystics have long said, the present moment is the gateway. It's here, in the intersection of infinite potentials, that your power truly lives. Your mind and heart don't just witness this moment, they actively participate in its creation. Why does focus matter so much? Because superposition collapses not randomly, but through intentional observation. When your attention wavers, reality remains fluid, possibilities unformed. When your focus sharpens, the quantum field responds by folding infinite paths into one. This is why hesitation, doubt, and distraction can stall manifestation. They keep your reality in limbo. But here's the hopeful twist. Focus is a skill you can cultivate. Mindfulness, meditation, and disciplined intention practice train your awareness to hold steady, like a laser beam piercing the fog of possibilities. Practical manifestation, choosing your track. Commit to clarity about what you want, not vague desires, but precise, heartfelt intentions. Cultivate emotional alignment so your feelings resonate with the chosen possibility. Practice mindfulness to strengthen your ability to hold focused attention. Visualize outcomes with sensory detail, anchoring your choice and experience. Your emotions act like an energetic signature, attracting experiences that match the frequency of your feelings. The more vivid and coherent your internal signal, the easier it is for the quantum field to collapse the wave function in your favor. Superposition also invites reflection on how free will and destiny intertwine. Are you choosing from infinite paths? Or is your path already woven into the tapestry of the universe? The truth might be both. Your conscious choices navigate potentials, but unseen forces guide the dance. The ancient Greeks called it Moira, the thread of fate. The dance between what you choose and what is destined is as old as time itself. Embrace the mystery. Step confidently into your power. Right now, take a moment and ask yourself, what's one possibility you're holding in superposition? Which potential are you ready to collapse into your reality? Drop your answer in the comments below. Sharing your choice not only plants your flag in the quantum field, but also sparks community energy that helps all of us rise. Let's dive into the myth of linear time. We live in a world obsessed with clocks and calendars. Every plan, goal, and dream is measured by days, weeks, months, years, a steady tick-tock counting down to some future then. But what if I told you that this view of time is an illusion? A convenient narrative we've inherited to organize life, but not the true nature of reality? Quantum physics and ancient wisdom agree, time is not linear. It's fluid, cyclical, and layered. When we look at the microscopic world, the world of quantum particles, time does not behave like the steady, unwavering march we experience in daily life. Instead, experiments reveal a reality where time can bend, loop, and even stand still. The strict separation between past, present, and future begins to dissolve. One of the most astonishing revelations comes from the phenomenon called quantum entanglement, where particles, separated by vast distances, instantaneously affect each other's state. This spooky action at a distance, as Einstein called it, appears to transcend time and space altogether. It hints at a reality where cause and effect don't always follow the neat, sequential order we expect. More radical still, some theoretical physicists propose that time itself is not a fundamental aspect of the universe. Instead, time emerges from deeper, timeless processes. It's a construct of consciousness, a lens through which we organize experience, not the fabric of existence itself. Ancient mystics have long known what modern science is only beginning to glimpse. The present moment, the now, is a place outside of time where true power resides. In this timeless space, the boundaries between what was, what is, and what will be dissolve into one infinite moment. The Buddha called this mindfulness. full awareness without attachment to past regrets or future anxieties. It's a gateway to freedom, the place where creation happens in its purest form. In the Hermetic tradition, the phrase, "the all is mind, the universe is mental," suggests that reality is shaped by consciousness beyond the confines of linear time. Here, your thoughts and intentions ripple across dimensions and moments simultaneously. The mystical poet Rumi captured this beautifully. Be like a tree, and let the dead leaves drop. Letting go of time's illusion is like shedding old leaves. It's an invitation to root yourself in eternal presence, where manifestation flows naturally without the friction of waiting or struggle. Why time matters in manifestation. When you believe you have to wait weeks, months, or years for your dreams to materialize, you're buying into the linear myth. This often breeds impatience, doubt, and frustration, low-frequency states that sabotage your frequency. Imagine trying to tune a radio to a station while constantly twisting the dial, never settling in. Manifestation needs coherence, a steady tuning of your inner frequency to the reality you desire. Time is not the enemy, but the attachment to a linear schedule can be. Manifestation unfolds in divine timing, often appearing instantly or in ways beyond our expectations. The science of synchronicity and nonlinear events. Ever experienced moments where everything seemed to line up perfectly? Meetings, ideas, signs, and opportunities showing up just in time. This is synchronicity, meaningful coincidences that defy cause and effect but carry profound significance. Carl Jung describes synchronicity as events that connect not by cause, but by meaning. The quantum world supports this through non-local connections and entanglement, revealing an underlying web where space and time are not barriers but flexible dimensions. Synchronicities are the universe's way of whispering, nudging you toward your path. They are the signposts in the nonlinear landscape of manifestation. Practice presence. Cultivate the awareness of the now through meditation, breathwork, or mindful activities like walking or journaling. The more you anchor in presence, the more you dissolve the grip of linear time. Let go of rigid deadlines and expectations. Trust that your manifestation is unfolding in perfect timing, even if it looks different than you imagined. Watch for signs. Open your eyes to synchronicities and meaningful coincidences. Notice how the universe communicates in the language of symbols and serendipity. Manifestation happens in feeling and vibration, not calendar dates. Cultivate the emotions of already having what you desire to align with that reality now. The paradox of time and creation. Here's where it gets beautifully mysterious. You are both the creator inside time and the timeless observer beyond it. On one hand, you live by clocks, schedules, and deadlines, practical necessities in this world. On the other, your consciousness transcends these constructs, moving fluidly through the layers of past, present, and future. This paradox is the fertile ground where creation happens, the dance between planning and surrender, intention and trust. The story we tell ourselves. Our experience of time is deeply tied to memory. The stories we tell about our past shape our expectations for the future. But what if those stories are not fixed? What if your sense of history is flexible, revisable, a narrative you can rewrite? Quantum physics suggests the past is not set in stone, but can be influenced by present observation. Psychologists and neuroscientists now understand memory as reconstructive, not an exact replay, but a creative act of the mind. In manifestation, this means you have the power to shift your personal timeline by changing your relationship with your past and future. Artists, writers, and inventors often describe moments of flow where time disappears, hours pass in minutes, the future fades away, and they exist in pure creation. This state aligns with timelessness and the quantum present, where imagination and reality merge. Accessing this flow state is a powerful tool for manifestation. It's where you step beyond time's illusion and tap directly into the field of infinite potential. Embracing the unknown. Linear time gives us the illusion of control. We schedule, plan, and try to predict outcomes to feel safe. But the deeper truth is that manifestation thrives in mystery. When you release the need to know when, and instead trust in the unfolding, you open the door to miracles. The universe loves surprise, and you are its co-creator. What's one area of your life where you feel stuck in waiting? How might your manifestation shift if you embrace the timeless now instead? Drop your reflections in the comments. Your insights could light the way for someone else navigating the same space. Understanding entanglement and connection, how we're all wired to co-create. So far, we've taken a fascinating journey inward, exploring how your mind shapes reality, how your unique energetic frequency tunes your life's experience, how infinite possibilities await your conscious choice, and how time itself is not the linear chain we've long believed. Now, it's time to zoom way out and see the grand design, because no one is an island in this cosmic sea. Here's the cosmic truth that quantum physics is whispering to us, and ancient sages have sung for millennia. We are fundamentally interconnected. Everything, every particle, every thought, every emotion, all threads in one vast, living tapestry. Beyond isolation, at the most fundamental level, particles do not exist in isolation. The phenomenon of quantum entanglement reveals that two or more particles can become linked in such a way that the state of one instantly influences the state of the other, no matter the distance separating them. Einstein famously called this spooky action at a distance, and it flies in the face of classical physics and common sense. This interconnectedness suggests that separation is an illusion, a convenient story told by our minds to navigate the physical world. When you send out a thought or a feeling, it reverberates in this vast quantum field, influencing others in ways both seen and unseen. Imagine a single drop of water falling into a still pond. The ripples spread outward, touching every corner of the surface. Your thoughts, feelings, and actions create ripples through the quantum pond of life, influencing others and the collective reality. Science is beginning to confirm what mystics and spiritual traditions have always taught. We are deeply interconnected on an energetic, even conscious level. Experiments in collective consciousness demonstrate that groups meditating or focusing their intentions together produce measurable effects, reducing violence, improving social harmony, and even influencing physical systems. The Global Consciousness Project monitors random number generators around the world, detecting subtle but significant anomalies during major global events. Evidence, perhaps, of a shared collective mind subtly influencing reality. This challenges the myth of individual isolation and points us toward a new paradigm. We are co-creators of reality as a collective, threads in the tapestry of oneness. Long before quantum labs confirmed these truths, sages across cultures intuited and embodied them. The ancient Vedantic teaching of Tat Tvam Asi, that thou art, speaks directly to this unity. The individual self and the universal consciousness are one. The Native American concept of the web of life envisions all beings, humans, animals, plants, and earth, as interwoven in a sacred network where each strand supports and sustains the others. The Hermetic principle of correspondence reminds us, as above, so below, as within, so without. What happens inside us ripples outward, reflecting and shaping the world around us. Understanding entanglement changes everything about how you see your role in the world. Your thoughts and feelings are never confined to your personal bubble. They affect family, friends, communities, even global systems. Every moment you choose peace over anger, love over fear, clarity over confusion, you contribute to raising the collective frequency. This isn't about perfection or spiritual elitism, it's about awareness and intention. Your unique energetic signature adds to the collective harmony or discord. When many people focus on the same intention, the energy magnifies exponentially. This is why movements for social justice, environmental protection, and spiritual awakening gain momentum. Collective intention is a powerful force. Imagine millions tuning their inner frequencies toward peace, abundance, and healing. The collective resonance can shift cultural narratives, influence economic systems, and accelerate the awakening of humanity. The science of resonance confirms this. When oscillators vibrate in unison, they create amplification. Similarly, when human hearts and minds align, the impact is profound and far-reaching. Your unique role in the cosmic symphony. You might ask, how much difference can one person make in this vast, interconnected field? The answer is, more than you realize. Each individual is a vital note in the cosmic symphony. Without your particular vibration, the melody would be incomplete. The smallest act of kindness, the quietest intention of love, sends waves through the quantum field that merge with countless others, creating powerful shifts. Your presence matters. navigating the collective field consciously. Awareness of entanglement invites a new kind of responsibility and empowerment. You're no longer just a passive observer of external events, but an active participant shaping collective reality. This calls for conscious participation. Are you broadcasting fear and division, or harmony and healing? Do your daily interactions uplift others, or drain their energy? How do your beliefs about others and the world ripple into collective consciousness? Understanding this interconnectedness reframes everything, from politics to environmental activism, from personal relationships to global crises, as reflections of collective energetic states. Practical ways to tune your connection and influence. Group meditation and intention setting. Joining or leading collective meditation amplifies positive energy. Shared focus creates a powerful vortex of transformation. Surround yourself with people whose frequency supports your growth and well-being. Energy is contagious. Empathy and active listening. Recognize how others' energies influence yours. Practice compassion as a way to heal and harmonize collective fields. Engage consciously in causes and actions that uplift society and the planet, knowing your energy shapes collective outcomes. Recent studies from institutes like HeartMath reveal how groups in heart-coherent states can create measurable changes in electromagnetic fields surrounding them. This supports the idea that not only thoughts but emotional coherence contributes to the energetic web binding us. When individuals and groups synchronize heart and mind, they send out clear, powerful signals that resonate through collective consciousness. While entanglement reveals profound unity, human experience often feels divided. Our ego minds perceive separation as survival. Yet the paradox is that in recognizing our oneness, we also honor our uniqueness. The dance of unity and individuality is eternal, both are necessary and true. Embracing this paradox brings freedom from isolation and the power to co-create with authenticity. The web you weave. Think about the energetic web you are weaving every day through your thoughts, words, and actions. Are you weaving threads of hope, kindness, and possibility? Or are you caught in patterns of fear, judgment, and scarcity? The web is alive, responsive, and infinitely creative. Every strand matters. How have you experienced the impact of collective energy in your life? Have you ever felt the power of shared intention or connection? Share your stories and reflections in the comments below. Your voice helps weave this beautiful tapestry we all belong to. Remember, you are the field, becoming the signal, not the seeker. What if the greatest trick ever played wasn't by some shadowy force out there, but by your own mind convincing you that you were separate from the very thing you seek? Let's break it wide open. You're not just in the universe. You are the universe, pulsing, perceiving, creating in real time. From a quantum physics lens, the field, that mysterious, energetic grid connecting all, doesn't just surround you. It responds to you, mirrors you, becomes you. But only if you stop seeking and start signaling. In old-school spiritual seeking, there's always somewhere to get to. Something to earn. A better version of you waiting just around the corner. But this old paradigm reeks of scarcity. It whispers that you're not quite there yet. And so, ironically, you vibrate lack while praying for abundance. The field doesn't give you what you want. It reflects what you are. Not your affirmations, but your embodied frequency. Not your vision board, but your emotional tone. So, if you want to manifest abundance, stop begging for it and become a tuning fork of overflow. Want love? Don't chase it, emanate it. You become the broadcast. You no longer send out search signals, you are the signal. This is what modern mystics and ancient seers alike have pointed to, the shift from desire to identity. In quantum terms, reality exists in a haze of potential, a probabilistic soup of waves. These waves only collapse into things when observed, expected, or believed in strongly enough. You aren't here to passively observe reality, you're here to collapse it into form. And here's where the metaphysical meets the magical. When your inner world becomes coherent, when thought, emotion, and energy align, your signal is clean, potent, and impossible to ignore. Coherence is the language of creation. Dissonance scrambles the broadcast. That's why so many manifesting techniques fall flat. The words say yes, but the energy screams no. The body is a beacon. This isn't just woo-woo, feel-good fluff. Let's get somatic. Your nervous system is a literal antenna. Your heart, as shown by HeartMath research, emits an electromagnetic field 60 times greater in amplitude than your brain. When it's in a state of gratitude, joy, or unconditional love, your body harmonizes with the field. This isn't philosophy. This is physics. The mystical state, often spoken of as alignment, is not about escaping your humanity. It's about fully embodying it, walking like the thing you've prayed for is already yours. Because in the quantum, it is. Permission is a lie. Here's the red pill. No one is coming to choose you. The universe doesn't have a gatekeeper. You don't need to be healed enough, smart enough, or ready enough. You only need to believe in your signal more than your struggle. That's the difference between the seeker and the sovereign. The seeker waits. The sovereign broadcasts. Let's put it like this. You're not waiting for signs. You are the sign. You're not looking for a breakthrough. You are the breach in the matrix. You're not chasing the timeline. You are the timeline shift. And this video is your ignition switch. You've journeyed through particle and wave, through the observer and the field, through science and sacred knowing. Now it's time to live it. Every thought you think, every emotion you hold, every moment you choose to believe before seeing, that's you sculpting the field. That's you collapsing probability into presence. You are not some lost soul drifting in a sea of chance. You are the signal, broadcasting your truth into the cosmos, shaping reality with every coherent heartbeat. Stop outsourcing your power to gurus, methods, or magical dates on the calendar. You are the method. You are the moment. In this video, we build a new map of manifestation, not based on hustle or wishing, but on coherence, presence, and quantum truth. You are the field. You are the force. The only question left is, what reality will you now command into form? Drop it in the comments. Let us feel your frequency. Thank you for listening.